Seriously, you are tracking the warrant.
Oh, go for it.
Yeah, so the compensation costs associated with employee stock option plan.
Oh, yeah. Uh huh.
What is the compensation cost associated with employee stock option plans?
I think you are asking about the compensation cost for stock option plans.
It is a great bridge from our discussion on warrants to how we pay employees.
So, okay, let's unpack this idea of conversation costs for these plans.
This cost is essentially the value of the options given to employees as a reward.
But the company doesn't just record the whole cost the day they hand them out.
Precisely. That cost is allocated as an expense over what we call the service period.
Think of it as the time the employee has to work to actually earn them.
We call that the vesting period, and we spread the expense out using straight line. Oh, go for it.
Yeah, so on December 31st, a company grants an executive with 20,000 stock options. The option price is $35.
Oh, yeah, let's hear it.
Fair value method is used to determine. So, like, number 23.
Hey, yeah, what's up?
So, like, how much compensation expense should the company recognize in year 2 and 3?
You are right on the money with those numbers. Let's clear up that math for you.
It is a perfect follow-up to the example you were just starting to piece together.
So we have that total value of $1.2 million for the options.
Since the service period covers 2 years, years 2 and 3, we use straight line.
Okay, let's unpack this. We just divide that total value by the number of years.
Exactly. 1.2 million divided by 2 gives us $600,000.
So the company recognizes $600,000 in compensation expense for year 2.
And then they recognize another $600,000 in year 3.
Here's where it gets really interesting. It is all based on that grant date value.
Even if the stock price fluctuates later, we stick to that initial fair value calculation.
It makes the expense predictable.
Ah, yeah, uh-huh.
So, how would you write a journal entry to record the granting of those stock options for both years?
I think you mean a journal entry for the grant of those options.
Exactly. And it's actually a two-part process as the service is performed.
Okay, let's unpack this journal entry for year 2 first.
We debit compensation expense for $600,000.
And we credit additional paid-in capital from stock options for that same amount.
What's fascinating here is that we repeat this exact entry in year 3.
So another 600.
Oh, yeah. Go on.
So, what would the debit be?
I think your autocorrect might be having a little fun with the word compensation there.
Unless you mean the market is heating up, but we should stick to the actual numbers.
So what here?
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Like, would it be common stock and then additional? Why would it be additional paid in capital from stock options?
That is a great question to help clear up the different parts of the equity section.
Yeah, common stock and additional paid-in capital can sound like two names for the same thing.
Think of common stock as the formal legal ownership of the shares that actually exist.
But additional paid-in capital from stock options is more like a waiting room for value.
Exactly. It tracks the value of the options employees are earning right now.
So while they work through that service period, we are filling up that specific options jar.
Right, we use that account instead of common stock because those shares haven't been issued yet.
It is a placeholder until the employee actually decides to exercise those options later on.
So, compensation expense liability account that gets taken off from paid capital stock options.
And as we were saying, back to our listener. What's up?
But why is it coming out of additional paid capital?
I think I see the confusion there. It is actually going into that account, not out of it.
Right. We are building up that value in the additional paid-in capital jar as the employee works.
We use that specific.
Yep. Go on.
Oh, so then the equity account goes up. So, like, the compensation expense.
Oh, yeah, uh-huh.
Yeah, but like, why is the compensation expense coming out of the paid in capital? Or is it kind of cash?
I totally get why that feels confusing. It's not actually coming out of that capital account.
Right, it's actually the opposite. We are adding value to that equity account as the employee works.
Okay, so then cash when the employee decides to exercise those stock options, as in like they decide to take the strike of price, $35, which would make 4.2 million, and then additional put capital, which is where they would be paid out of. Um, Common stock.
Think of it this way.
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
Why would the company get cash? Oh, I see. So then after that, because now they have cash, they can create the compensation expense.
Oh, go for it.
Like with the compensation expense go away, and then like how would you journalize the actual distribution?
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
Like how would you journalize the actual distribution of the compensation? Would it be a compensation payable?
That is the million-dollar question. You are looking for the moment the promise becomes reality.
Exactly. Everything we have talked about so far is just the build-up phase.
During those service years, the employee is essentially paying for those future shares with their labor.
Right. Think of it this way. Their hard work is the payment for that compensation expense.
Exactly. Since they aren't paying cash yet, their service is what builds up that ownership value.
So we debit the expense to show the cost of that work to the company.
And we credit the paid-in capital account to show the employee's growing stake in the business.
But the actual distribution of stock happens later, at the exercise date.
That is when the company finally gets the cash we're asking about.
Okay, let's unpack this. The employee has to pay to actually get the shares.
Right. They pay the exercise price, which in our example was $35.
For 120,000 options, that is $4.2 million.
Oh, go for it.
Wait, so in the vesting period, it only allows the employee to buy the stock? If they're not given the stock?
Spot on. You caught the essence of it, although we call it the vesting period.
It's the waiting room where employees earn the right to finally buy those shares.
So once that time is up, they can pull the trigger and exercise those options.
That is the moment the company finally receives that cash we were calculating.
Right, for those 120,000 options at $35 each.
That comes out to exactly $4.2 million in cash hitting the bank.
So to record this, we start by debiting our cash account for that full amount.
But we also have to deal with that waiting room jar we have been filling.
You mean that $1.2 million in additional paid-in capital from options?
Exactly. Now that the options are exercised, we must empty that specific account out.
So we debit that additional paid-in capital account to clear out the placeholder.
This signals that the promise of ownership has finally been fulfilled by the company.
Now we have a total of $5.4 million on the debit side.
To balance it, we credit common stock for that total, $5.4 million.
It is cool because the stock... Oh yeah, let's hear it.
So then what about the restricted stock?
Oh, restricted stock. That is a great next step in our owner equity tour.
It is similar to options because it is a reward for service, but the setup is different.
With options, you get a choice to buy later. With restricted stock, you get the shares now.
Well, you get them technically, but you can't sell them until you finish your service period.
Right, so on day one, we have to record the total value of those shares.
For example, 2,000 shares at a $25 market price is $50,000.
We record that whole $50,000 as